Heck, can you believe it was 39 years ago that Mike first came to us?
It's hard to believe.
Wow. I was teaching in South Lyndhurst. You were home working on your PhD.
In psychology.
Yeah.
Mike came to live with us. He was supposed to stay just the weekend.
Yeah, well, when his teacher started making phone calls that Monday morning to social service agencies, he quickly learned there was nothing available.
And Mike stayed with us for 8 years up until his marriage to Debbie Ireland, another special needs person who was adopted by her adoptive parents along with her 2 special needs siblings.
They really had a good marriage. It was very solid.
I talked with Michael one-on-one and asked him, what do you want from us? So Michael started talking and he said, well, I like history, I like laws, and I just like going places. And I said, well, okay, we can work on that. From that day on, Michael became a real self-advocate and started speaking up for himself and speaking up for others as well. He started sitting on the state board for People First, and then he became vice president of Cuyahoga People First.
And we helped him learn a lot of things. Fran particularly taught him to drive, and I went over the manual that you have to learn to pass the test, and she did the road work. And after 3 or 4 attempts, he finally learned to drive a car, and that was a big turning point for him because he could then, certain jobs were open to him that he were not before that. And he also drove a lot of his special needs friends around who did not drive.
And he was a very good driver. I don't think he's ever had a ticket for anything.
No, and we can't take full credit for his sense of values. He just seemed to know right from wrong, whether he got it from the Irelands or his teachers or coaches, who knows, but he just has a wonderful, solid sense of values.
I met Mike during the Partners in Policymaking, which is a local program that CMR holds every year. And I'm also a parent of 2 children. My oldest has a disability. Being in Partners with Mike was an inspiration, and Mike really, truly is a leader, and he wants to make changes for the better for all individuals with disabilities. And to me, that is the most important thing that I learned from Mike.
Mike really came through when Debbie became critically ill. He was at her bedside, he took care of her at home and in the hospital right up until her death. He was there and they were a team.
An ordinary life. That's what makes Mike Rich extraordinary. The fact that he has been married for 27 years, devoted to his wife, caring for her, working hard, being an active citizen in the community, volunteering. He's an exemplary model to everyone who knows him, and that is an extraordinary feat for individuals with disabilities. He's the best example of what can happen when the right supports are in place. And so his leadership involved in our agency and many others, and his volunteer and civic involvement are an inspiration for everyone.